I'm sure that 70% of you later today will either get out of this class and go get a breakfast, whether that's going to be Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, or maybe later in the day you'll go get your lunch, which I'm almost positive that will contain some sort of meat product. But I want you guys to realize, where does that meat product come to your plate? How does it get there? Let's walk through some couple of pictures. Probably the hamburger from McDonald's. Everybody likes bacon, right? And my personal favorite, Chick-fil-A. I won't keep that up there too long. But I wanted to show you that these are the practices that goes on behind the meat. This is exactly how the meat gets to your plate. And I think the American population has become so dependent on the meat industry that it is in fact a harmful relationship for both the consumer and the industry itself. That's why I propose that everyone adopts vegetarianism. For particularly 3 reasons: the harmful effects of eating meat, the benefits of being a vegetarian, and most importantly, in my opinion, the ethical decision that goes behind becoming a vegetarian. First of all, the harms of eating meat. The USDA Food Safety and Inspection Services has classified the contaminations in meat based on infectious conditions and contaminations when housing the animals. And those diseases that the animal will pass along to you once you eat the meat. In fact, Sarah Hall, health correspondent to The Guardian, has linked eating red meat to bowel cancer. And bowel cancer may not sound as a major cancer, but it does cause death. So there's already a link between eating meat and death. And it's also very well known for weight gain, and we'll talk about that a little later. The benefits of being a vegetarian. The Physicians Committee for Responsible Living, Dr. Ornish of that committee, has done a study where he mentioned that his patients who were complete vegetarians actually reversed heart disease. So those patients of his who were not vegetarian, they had progressive heart disease and eventually came into a very critical condition. But on the other hand, the patients that were at the same stage as these meat eaters, the ones that were vegetarian, were actually able to go back and cure their disease. Also, because meat is high in protein and low in carb, it inactivates the thyroid hormone. And the thyroid hormone is responsible for burning that fat in you. So because meat is inactivating that thyroid hormone, that's immediate weight gain. And because there's weight gain, obviously you're going to become obese if you constantly eat meat. And I think that's another benefit of being a vegetarian, where you'll be avoiding that, and there's obviously a lot of weight loss that goes along with that. And overall, there's longer life expectancy of being a vegetarian. Many will mention that, if you're a vegetarian, where's your protein coming from? Meat is the source of protein, and if you cut that out of your diet, you have no protein, right? No, that's wrong. Soy and other beans are high sources of protein, but they're very low in fat. So compared to maybe a steak, chicken, where boneless, skinless chicken, the breast of the chicken, which is considered very healthy, actually has 20 grams of fat, whereas soybeans has less than 2% of fat. So there's an obvious benefit of eating soybeans and other protein sources from beans than there is from eating meat. And I think my last point is what I talked about a little earlier with the pictures. It's the ethical decision that goes behind being a vegetarian. You, as a vegetarian, will be able to prevent innocent animals from dying. In an article by Tom Philpott of Gerst.org, he described how Smithfield Foods treats their pigs in their captivity. They literally pull them by the tail and shove them into these kill boxes where they're gruesomely murdered. And we saw a picture of that a little earlier. And in another article, I came along with this one quote that I found absolutely appalling. Another worker shot the cow to stun it, with the cow lying in the chute, out cold. The worker put a metal chain around its neck and dragged the unconscious animal to the kill box to be slaughtered. Just think about the words in that statement. These cows are being brutally killed, and what for? So we can have a hamburger later in the afternoon? I think by choosing to be a vegetarian, not only are you helping yourself, but you're also helping innocent beings. I think by examining the harms of eating meat, the benefits of being a vegetarian, and the ethical decision that you make as a vegetarian, it's obvious that the best choice to do is become a vegetarian. I want to end by saying, you are what you eat. So the next time you take a bite of that hamburger, remember that you have just ate was once a living being, and you have taken that life away. Thank you. And those are all my sources. I can print that out. They're not APA, but there's like title and all that good stuff.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks.